You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
The more things change, the more they say they're the same. Week 1, New England, Tua, Bill Belichick. It's just dubs. And with dubs, we get the return of the victory visor. So, listen, it's later than scheduled, but we're here. Victory Monday. Mr. Charlie Touche, what say you?
The victory visor has returned. Miami Dolphins go up 1-0 on the season. Gotta love it. Bro, so the Miami Dolphins defeat the New England Patriots 20-7. Could have been more, but we'll just go with 20-7. Everybody got something to say. It feels good to be back in victory lane. You know what I'm saying? Man, let's get started. Y'all know what time it is, man. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Your favorite podcast, man. What you made of the game, Kadeem?
I feel like with this new team, there's more expectations. And the more expectations, I'm just a nervous wreck. Like, in the build-up to the game, I was messaging my friend Tom and kind of saying, no matter the result, there's going to be an overreaction. And it's what Coach McDaniel said prior to the game. But what I was referring to was, if Tua had a good game, they would just say it's only week 1, it's only the Patriots, it's because of Hill and Waddle. And if Tua had a bad game, it was going to be, that's it, he's a bust, move on from him now. And I feel like we won, Tua had an okay game, and both sides have been back and forth since the win. The Dolphins are 1-0 against the Patriots. Tua's 4-0 against Bill Belichick. McDaniel just got his first win as a head coach against Bill Belichick, and the entire Miami fan base are debating whether Tua had a good game or a bad game. So, yeah, again, the more things change, the more things stay the same. How about you?
Bro, I'm not entertaining that. I'm not entertaining everybody who has something to say negative about the starting quarterback. Have nothing to say about it. Like, the only thing, this is the only time I'm addressed it, actually. We played against the New England Patriots, who are known for their defense, who we know Bill Belichick will not lay down. This same defense, the New England Patriots defense, was a top 5 defense in points against last season. We know we're going to be in a dogfight against the Patriots. We beat them again, handedly again, by the way. Like, yo, if it weren't for Bill Belichick, the Patriots be in the same conversation as the Jets, in my honest opinion. But the thing is, when we play them, at least, my thing is, when Tua was 3-0 against Tua, it was Flores. Flores knows Belichick. Okay. So make another hove. Now Tua's 4-0 against Belichick. Now it's going to be something else. There's always going to be a deflection somewhere. And I'm okay with that because I know what's going to happen. It's going to be, okay, it's the coach. Okay, it's the defense. Okay, look, I'm cool, man. My quarterback is on target to pass for over 4,500 yards right now. I'm good, bro. Like, all the non-believers, yeah, cool. Make up whatever narrative you have to make up to sleep at night. But I already know what's going to happen. We're going to, I'm not even going to bring up that word. We're 1-0. We're 1-0, man.
It's what did you make of the game overall? What I guess we'll start with the positives. Again, no, we keep on doing this. We keep on talking about games and not saying the result. So the Dolphins beat the Patriots 20-7. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for let's say a miscommunication on the defense, the Patriots probably don't even score. The Patriots brought in Devontae Parker, and Miami kept him to 2 receptions, I think, for 9 yards. Like Devontae Parker was just in a snuggie. He was like he couldn't do anything. So yeah,
y'all got snuggies over there?
No, we don't. But I watch so much American culture. I know what snuggies are, so I know what a snuggie is. Due to play Madden. Yeah. What did you make of the overall team performance? What got you excited? What positives did you take from the game?
I think this is what I expected. I did expect us. DraftKings Jason came out, said Dolphins going to win, take by minus 3.5, over 3.5. That was the spread, 3.5. I came out, said we're going to win by more than 10, right? So we hit that on the head. We both I thought it was going to be in the high 20s, close to 30, and I think everyone else thought we was going to be in the 30s too. But it's a football game. Y'all know I'm a UFC fan. A fight is a fight. Yeah, someone's supposed to win, but anything can happen in a fight. It's a football game. We're playing against grown men on the other side of the ball that gets paid like we get paid, and they're going to fight too. So, yeah, it's cool. But as far as our performance, listen, I believe it was the first game in a brand new system playing with live rounds. These are live rounds now. These are no more dumb it down. No more, we're not shooting blanks. These are live rounds. So live rounds are guns, Kadeem. Like, so, okay, because you say you're not a gun person and you only be on Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure they only got live rounds in Call of Duty.
I was about to say, I play Call of Duty. Like, I watch enough movies and TV shows to know what live rounds are.
All right, so we playing with live rounds. First game in the system. It got to a point, Kadeem, where we really can't assess what we are yet because it wasn't a game. We were up. We knew the game was going to get put away. I'm pretty sure coach didn't want to show too much stuff because we had already beat this team. All right, this game is sold up. Let me not break out all the tricks. We got this in the bag. So I expect us to see a lot more stuff from this offense too. And I understand people like, oh, offense only put up so many points. It was 20-7. Could have been 20-0. Yeah, the offense only put up 13 points. But the game script changes after you go up 17-0. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't play the same. So I'm happy where we are. The defense is solid. Yeah, man, I like it.
Friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, is legit. Friend of the podcast, Brandon Jones, is legit. Both made game-changing plays. It was interesting that in Coach McDaniel's media availability on Monday, he praised Tua for bailing him out of certain situations. He said that there was a few times he called a play in too late and Tua kind of like adapted. So I guess that was positive. It was, and he also said that this would be the worst the team play. It's week 1. You know, you meant to start bad and improve. So your strongest football is in November, December. So listen, I wasn't expecting things to be perfect on week 1. If you watch the other games across the NFL, how many quarterbacks, how many teams look disjointed? Joe Burrow threw 4 interceptions, and if they weren't playing the Steelers, they lose that game by a lot more than a field goal right at the end. But for the Dolphins, in terms of positives, yeah, Brandon Jones and Javon Holland, they're going to be a problem all year. You have to account for them on every single play. Melvin Ingram came in, making plays straight away. Kader Kohu, make a name for yourself. We have a situation where Noah Igbenogany is once again a healthy scratch, and Kader Kohu basically proved why he is. Two great plays, one on 4th down, and then the forced fumble, which was picked up by... Who's picked up by? I feel like it was a...
Which one?
So Kader Kohu, when he hit
that was picked up. Jalen Phillips scooped it up.
Yeah. So yeah, there was plenty of positives to take into week 2 and beyond. And yeah, like you said, at 17 zip going into the second half, the second half game plan essentially become don't throw the game away. Don't let the Patriots back into the game. And the Dolphins didn't. So you move on to week 2 and you go again.
Bro, 2 weeks ago, I didn't know how to pronounce Kader Kohu's name. My bad. Dude is a dude.
Yeah.
Like he is clearly the reason why Noah is not dressing. Like, forget the negatives of why Noah isn't dressing, and let's look at the positive of look what we found in a UDFA in Kader Kohu. Dude came on like, oh nah, I had to scratch and claw my way on to this team. I'm gonna scratch and claw my way into a contract. You know what I'm saying? So Kader Kohu, hats off to you. I'll be the first to tell you I didn't know how to pronounce your name, bro. That is what's up. The man is on the team now. Not only is he on the team, he was the reason why the game swung in so many different directions. You know what I'm saying? Like huge plays, game-changing type of plays for Kader Kohu to come in. And what you said about McDaniel and Tua, there were, I want to say, he was 23 for 33 on the day.
Yeah.
There were third downs where it was like 3rd and 7, multiple 3rd and 7s that we converted. There was a 3rd and 1 that we converted, a 4th and 1 that we were going to go for, right? But they jumped anyway, but we were still going to go for it. In the Brian Flores era, not a thing. We're not converting those. Unless you go to Mike Gesicki, 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 15, just give me the ball. My dog, Mike Gesicki. 4th and 7, when you're watching the game, it went to like a TV timeout. Almost like, I don't know if it was a timeout called or someone got hurt right there. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Someone on the Patriots might have been hurt.
All right, someone got hurt and went to a TV timeout. And as I'm at my wing spot, we're gonna have a intermission real quick. I walk up to the wing spot. I'm in my Dolphin stuff. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. And I see this guy. He points at me. I point at him. He points at me. I point at him. I'm like, what up? So he said, what's up? And dude, whatever, we shoot the spill. And he says, yeah, man, I'm from India. With the accent. With the accent, bro. India with the accent. I'm like, bro, you gotta come on the podcast. Holla at us. You know what I'm saying? We go across the pond, not only across the pond, we go across the world, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he said something like, no, I can't. But shout out to dude. If you're listening to the podcast now, bro, hey, we got the W, right? So I'm at the wing spot and we go to commercial and I'm like, Dolphins should go for this. Oh, we should go for this right here. It's 4th down. It's only so much time left in the half. We're up. We kind of got control of the game. I don't see New England and McCorkle Jones driving down the field to get into field goal position with how much time we had on the clock. This is almost playing with house money. Not a lot of house money, but this is like playing with house money. Come back, we lined up. I'm like, me and Mike. We see like we like this, me and Mike. And next thing you know, Tua throws a dart. We could just clip that right there because that's going to happen a lot more. Tua throws a dart into Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle splits 3 defenders, takes it to the house, and we doing the Waddle dance, baby. You feel me? So it's like, there it is. There it is. So it's like, man, for your coach to say, you know what? I trust my quarterback to get me to keep this as safe as possible and to deliver for the team on a 4th and 7, which, okay, well, it's only 10-7. It's not 27 or 20 to zip. It's like, yo, I trust my quarterback to do this. You feel me? He didn't have to. It was a luxury situation. It wasn't the game's on the line situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have full confidence in my quarterback to go ahead and make this play. And we made the play, put the game away early. I don't want to say put the game away, but we showed up, man. And Yeah, I understand. Tua is 23 for 33. There's some plays I like. I think I would like to have back for Tua. I'm pretty sure he would like to have a couple of plays back too, but not as much as what people are saying. Like, bro, relax, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I would like to see is better ball security. If you're gonna take the sack earlier. You know what I'm saying? Take it sooner, as opposed to where your legs are getting played with by 300-pound men, and you're going to spike the ball into the floor right in front of you, and it's almost a fumble. Take the sack way sooner than that if you're going to take the sack. Yeah, there's times where you can't throw the ball away. You're in the pocket. Things happen. Line breaks down. The Dolphins literally went through 3 tackles. Kadeem, on average, how many tackles are on the field at the same time?
2.
Exactly. And we went through 3 of them. So the O-line is not where it needs to be yet. It's not where we want it to be. First snap of the game almost goes over to his head. And I'm thinking, I can't do this the whole season. That's what I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, yeah, there's quite a lot to unpack there. That fourth down play, it's one of those. You've seen a clip enough times with the commentary. The guy says, "I don't like this play." Touchdown. I think I quite like it. And it's one of those situations where there's 20 seconds left on the clock. If you punt it away, they might get lucky and break a big one. Chances are you punt it away, they take the knee, you go into half 10, 10-0 up. If you're lucky, you get a first down, call a timeout, you're in field goal range, cool. The one thing which this system is set up for, which Tua is primed for, is yards after the catch. And that ball was placed exactly to allow Waddle to get yards after the catch, and he took it home. Perfect. Brilliant. The botched snap is one of those situations where not even the Tua doubters, every single person who dislikes Tua put on social media noodle arm. Because obviously he controls the botched snap, throws it, Tyreek Hill was wide open, it's an incomplete pass, and was like, see, there's your bad quarterback. But what you don't see, or what people are choosing not to see, is that Matt Judon tipped the ball. Matt Judon had a great day on Sunday.
That was the first play of the game?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I believe it was.
I know the bad snap was the very first play of the game. I don't know if the Judon tip was the first play of the game.
Yes,
that'll compound it. That'll compound it.
It's literally the exact same play. So high snap, he catches it, sets his feet, goes to throw it, and it hits the ground, and everyone's like, "Oh, Tua's not it," but it's a tip pass. So what do you want the guy to do? And I think it's Chris Kaufman or someone else on Twitter, I believe it was him, said or believes that the read on that play was Alec Kingold. Tua at the last second realizes it's Tyreek Hill's open. Matt Judon just makes a play. Judon had himself a day on Sunday, but that's what happens when friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson, gets injured, Teron Armstead gets injured, and then the entire offensive line, like Greg Little comes in, he gets injured. It's just
he's pretty good too, though. Greg Little's pretty nice.
Yeah. Just a quick update on friend of the podcast, Austin Jackson. If you haven't seen it, Coach McDaniel said that he stayed suited up if he needed to go back in, but the ankle injury is quite severe that they're going to have to look at, basically have more eyes on it. And if you saw the play where he got hurt, someone rolled up on him, and even I was like, that's going to be a tough one. I think he played on for maybe 1 or 2 more snaps, then went down. So I think when we had our starting 5 in, I think the offensive line was good. I think it graded 14th in week 1. And bearing in mind there's still 2 more games left to play, that's, we're looking at least 16th, at least. Which, even though it's just week 1, to go from the 50th worst O-line in the league to 14th in week 1, you have to say well done. What did you make of, staying on the defensive side of the ball, what did you make of the run game on Sunday?
The defense or the offensive run game?
The offensive run game.
You said staying on the defensive side of the ball.
I meant to say offensive side of the ball. Sorry. Apologies.
So, I don't know yet. I only watched the game as a spectator. I didn't watch it as I usually I watch the game twice. I watch it when we're watching it, and then I watch it again to really break down what's going on with the team, right? So I don't know yet about the run game. I'm not panicking yet. I have to say this. I have never been so happy to be so wrong in fantasy football with Jalen Waddle. Hey, so anybody who sat Jalen Waddle, I'm pretty sure you didn't sit him because of me, but yo, I'm so happy Jalen Waddle was straight. Doesn't mean he's 100%, but I've never been so happy to be so wrong about a fantasy week. What's up?
You're welcome, because I said there's nothing to worry about. Listen, I don't get many dubs on this show. Allow me to have this minute one.
Right. Do you think, champ? So run game, bro. We still played the Patriots, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us have a. This is like you when you go to a restaurant and you sit at a restaurant and you have the appetizers and then the waiter coming. Hey, do you need anything else? That is good stuff. You order your food, then you wait another 30 minutes, and then they bring your food out, right? And 40 seconds later, hey, how's everything?
I hate it.
Like, yo, hey, I just picked up my fork. Like, vibe, relax. You know what I'm saying? And that's what everybody's doing right now. It's week 1. There's no run game. Yo, can we get a better sample size before we start thinking about how good this run game is? Because right now, is it the Dolphins or is it the Patriots? You know what I'm saying? Are we good or are the Patriots trash? Are we trash of running the games, or are the Patriots good at stopping the run game? So get a bigger sample size before we flip out. All right. What you thought about the run game?
So peek behind the curtain. We've got a group, us two, 5 Yard Lee, and DraftKings Jason. And I messaged in that group, has anyone seen the Miami Dolphins one game? If it's one of those things where, yeah, it's week 1. I had hoped it would be better than what we saw. I think there were so many times when that toss to either left or right, the moment the running back, caught the ball, there was a Patriots guy straight on him, tackle floss was like, and I think that wasn't helpful for the team in general, because you get the situation where you run on first down, then you're in 2nd and 17, then you've got to try and get it back to 3rd and medium, and again, the Dolphins done a good job of not letting, going behind the stick so often stop them from moving the ball and stuff like that. But yeah, like you said, it's week 1. Listen, the Patriots are buns, but Bill Belichick is still Bill Belichick. He's going to make them less.
Are the Patriots buns or is McCorkle Jones buns?
No, I think that defense, losing JC Jackson, and the defense isn't what they once was. They're not. Again, I think a lot of people are saying, and even you said, if it wasn't for Bill Belichick, this team would be as bad as the Jets. But Bill Belichick is going to do things to make it seem that they're not that bad.
Hey, 2 things for sure. I said McCorkle Jones would be exposed this year, and the Bengals will revert to being kittens. I'm just saying, we're on a pretty good trajectory right now. Look, Mike Gesicki. Coach McDaniel was asked about Gesicki, like what's up with his usage. He only got one catch and all this other good stuff. What do you make of that? And McDaniel was like, yeah, I want Mike to get more touches. Like, yeah, I want him to have more opportunities. I want Mostert to get more touches too and more opportunities. Waddle didn't get enough touches either. So is that window dressing, or do you take that for face value? And what do you think about Mike Gesicki right now? Even though McDaniel said it on the head, like, yeah, I want Waddle to get more touches. I want Mostert to get more touches, more looks, and I want Gesicki to get more touches, more looks. What do you make of what's going on with Gesicki?
I was going to ask you about him because, yeah, it was like 1 target for like 1 yard, and I said weeks ago, it might get to a situation where come the trade deadline, he's used as a piece to bring someone else in. probably on the offensive line. You are right. Or I think like at one point Tyreek Hill had like 5 receptions, even more targets, and it was like, where's Waddle? And honestly, in my head, my first thought was, is Waddle actually hurt? But they're putting him on the field as a decoy, and it's not going to get him involved.
That's what I thought was that is exactly what I thought the plan was going to be. I thought the plan was, okay, instead of having Waddle sit out, let's use him on the field so we could keep the defense spread out and not triple cover Tyreek Hill. So, and I'm still not sold on him being okay. I'm just happy I was wrong about fantasy football. Let me be clear. I'm happy he went off for someone in fantasy football, but yeah, he didn't go off. He had a touchdown. But yeah, I still think there's something there with Waddle. So, yeah, man, I still want to be careful with Waddle, though. We have 16 more weeks left. 17 more weeks left.
Yeah. And then as for Gesicki, it's one of them things where I think once the run game develops and teams stop packing the box, Waddle, Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, these guys are going to go off. I believe Durham Smythe played the most snaps of the tight ends. But Gesicki would have been on there. I haven't watched it back yet, so to say he would have been on there is wrong for me. But I'm gonna watch it back, and I'll be interested to see how many times he was on the field on designed run plays. Again, it's week 1. The team are still finding their feet. Hopefully, one reception is just not good enough for someone of Mike Gesicki talents. Hopefully, that improves over the next few weeks. But it legit could be a situation where if the targets don't improve over the next few weeks, I honestly think there should be a conversation which the Dolphins say, let's try and get something back for him because he's just not being utilized to the best of his ability in Miami right now. And that would be a shame because Mike Gesicki is a legit weapon the Dolphins should be getting the most out of.
We need as much O-line help as we could get, bro.
Yes, we do.
And it is very, 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 very clear. Not only is Mike Gesicki not the tight end that McDaniel wants, none of our tight ends are the tight end that McDaniel wants. So it would not shock me if there are 3 brand new tight ends in the tight end room next offseason, whether it's via draft, free agency, UDFAs. I think the tight end room is going to be transformed next year. I'm under the impression that McDaniel knows his offense so well that he knows what he can work with and what he absolutely can't work with. He knows where he can pivot, where he can improvise, where he can add, and where he can subtract. So, yes, Mike Gesicki is a special talent. You would like to maximize Mike Gesicki's special talents in his area, but at the same time, does it align with what I'm trying to do as a play caller? That's why you have, like, yeah, man. There's no, it's not good for Mike Gesicki fans like us, you know what I'm saying, and other Dolphin fans that love Mike Gesicki now. So again, that's to be determined. We're gonna see where that goes. For anybody who tunes into the easy money segment to see what's going on in the world of betting, the Dolphins are on a 25 home game winning streak where if they go into halftime ahead, they win the game. That's something to take note on. It's not a streak for like, oh, we're holding on to this streak type thing. But if you're in the easy money world, you might want to take note of that. What I gather, Kadeem, is Tyreek Hill is uncoverable. Then Tua gets on in the post-game presser and says he's a cheat code. Dude is just a cheat code. Where do you see this offense going with our receiving core. Now that you see, like, all right, this is good. We have receivers now. You know what I'm saying? Like, unlike every other season we've ever had while we've had this podcast. What do you think the season goes with the offense so far from what we've seen?
So,
like, how's your food so far?
Like I said, literally just haven't even I finished my drink, haven't got a new drink, and asking how my food is. Can I get a new drink?
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 for what? 270 yards and 1 touchdown. Yeah.
Hey, we on pace for 4,500 yards right now.
17 touchdowns, no interceptions. I'll take it.
4,500 yards.
He said himself. McDaniel said they left plays on the field. There's a pass through, I believe, Chase Edmonds, which Edmonds gets a first down, but Tyreek Hill goes from right to left, and you see Hill just because if Tua hits Tyreek in stride, he's gone. You're not catching him. And the fact that Tua put up 270 yards with plays and throws that could get even better, then I'm happy. You know, it wasn't the best Tua game, and for me, I wouldn't want anyone to dress it up as that because this can't be his best. So this was the floor of what this offense can be. And again, once that chemistry continues to grow, once Jalen Waddle gets more involved, once Cedric Wilson gets more involved, once a tight end gets more involved, once the run game gets involved, this offense should be scary because, like you said, Tyreek Hill's a cheat code. And Jalen Waddle showed that if you hit him in stride, doesn't matter how many defenders around him, he's gone. You are not catching him. And it's funny how Tua had 2 years of Devontae Parker throwing the ball out to him, and Devontae Parker getting the ball, but also Devontae Parker do Devontae Parker things. Tua threw one up to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill grabbed it like he was Julio Jones. He was like, dude, give me that ball. What are you doing? I'm that guy. So, yeah, this is... And again, McDaniel said it. I'm sure Tua alluded to it. There's room for improvement, and it's only week 1. So, once this offense clicks, this is going to be I would hope this is going to be a very, 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 very good offense. How about you?
I think it's very clear that this offense can support 2 receivers. Like, it can support. It's not one of those, oh, if they shut this down, we're done. It's not that. Like, this offense can support multiple receivers, multiple weapons, and if a team thinks they can just lock down Tyreek Hill, then they got something else coming. Like, yeah, you might be able to double and triple team Tyreek and shift some coverage over there, but we still have legitimate options outside of Tyreek Hill. And I think that's awesome for us now. We finally got there. And it feels good to be here too. Like, no, I'm not saying like we won the Super Bowl or championship or nothing like that, but you can genuinely look at the team and say, oh, this team is the best team we've had in 5 years. For sure.
Do you have your little red shorts on hand?
Little red shorts. What is that?
It's Baywatch. Little red shorts.
Yeah. My dog. I like it. If you would have said swim trunks, it would have registered.
Yeah, I know. I was messing around. For those who don't know, in year 1 of the show, we had Houston have a problem, which was the Dolphins had Houston's first round pick, so we were paying attention to the results and stuff like that. And the last 2 years we've had San Francisco's first round pick?
Yeah, last year we had San Fran's first round pick, so we call it Baywatch. And this year we have San Fran's first round pick, so we call it the Baywatch again.
And San Francisco wanted to mess around and lose to the Chicago Bears. So thank you very much. As it stands, the Dolphins will be picking 3rd in the 2023 NFL draft. If Trey Lance wants to keep playing badly, fine by me. I have no issue with that. So, yep, the San Francisco 49ers lost their week 1 matchup. the Dolphins are currently picking third in the draft. That's going to change so much over the next few weeks, but it's one thing we should definitely be watching out for. And also, shout out to our friend Charlie Wilson, who's currently in the United States. He hit me up today saying that he's hoping to go to the week 3. I think it's the Seahawks Bills week 3. He just said he's hope. I think he's in Seattle, and he messaged me saying that he's hoping to see the Bills in week 3. So, shout out to Charlie Wilson. And yeah, just also very quickly, because I know Charlie Wilson, talk me through the UFC on Saturday and the guy that said something which annoyed a lot of people because it was kind of like around 9/11 and were people overreacting. Like, I can't remember the dude's name.
So since I was watching it at a wing spot, I couldn't hear it. So I'm not sure who you're talking about right now, actually. So I have no idea how the interviews went, but I seen all the fights. So I'm not sure who you're talking about right now. Bro, Dak Prescott gets injured. Maybe out 6 to 8 weeks. Everyone's saying if you want to maximize CeeDee Lamb and Diggs and all the other pieces that you have over there, you need to go get a quarterback. Is there anything that you can think of that would move Teddy Bridgewater to Dallas? Do you think that's an idea? Do you think it's just that's not going to happen? Do you think there's a chance it happens?
I think Chris Greer. So I'm going to put on my. I don't have a cap on me. How can I have a cap on me? I'm going to put on my Chris Greer cap. And if Dallas want to pick up the phone and discuss things, I will do the courteous thing and pick up and discuss things. I think that's probably as far as it goes right now because you can't not at least listen to the offer. I also don't think it makes sense to part with your backup quarterback so early in the season when, for as good as Skylar Thompson was in preseason, we legit have no idea what he's like against,
live rounds.
Yeah. So, listen, if the Cowboys want to mess around and call it for Skylar Thompson, I'd be wanting to listen to that because, hey, but I think right now you don't trade away Teddy Bridgewater unless you are getting a out and out starter on the offensive line. I think that's the only time you say, you know what, it helps us. Outside of that, I don't think there's a day 3 pick which makes me part with Teddy Bridgewater right now.
So, one, I don't think it happens. I don't think they come calling for Teddy. 2, I don't think the Dolphins move Teddy for anything less than a 3rd round pick because we will be eating dead cap. So if you move Teddy, you have to eat dead cap. So you have to make the offer interesting enough for us to be like, hey, well, we're not going to eat this dead cap for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, one, it puts us in a bad spot because now we have a rookie 7th round pick as our backup, and we're going to be eating dead cap. So if you want Teddy, you're going to have to come with some Teddy money. Well, Teddy compensation. So I don't think we move on from Teddy. I think we want the security of Teddy Bridgewater as our backup quarterback, unless the trade is I don't want to say ground shaking, but like it has to be worth it to put our franchise in a vulnerable spot. So, man, Kader Kohu, boy, that he was a player of the game for me. Like straight up player of the game. Like that boy did it. So another thing I noticed, friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, is back there to receive punts, not return punts. And I said this so many times. Javon Holland's not a punt returner. And if he was on this podcast, I say it with my chest. You know what I'm saying? Because I already told him I could leave him at the line, so I would tell him that. You know what I'm saying? But he has security. He receives the punts. We don't have to worry about nothing when he's back there. No foolery. He's not a punt returner, though. What's going on with special teams, bro? We gonna put Waddle back there? We gonna put Tyreek Hill back there, or what's going on?
I found it really interesting because it got to a point yesterday where I was like, who were the Patriots punting to? Javon Holland, fair catch. Like we know exactly what, because like you said, he's not going to mess around and try and return it. He's going to stand there, fair catch signal, catch the ball. I don't know, to be honest. The only thing I could think of was that the coaching staff felt that in those situations, it wasn't worth trying to, break something big. And again, this could lean into Jalen Waddle isn't fully fit. He's okay to run routes and, receive tackles. He's not okay to take hits on punt returns. It'll be interesting to see what they do going forward. But for the most part, I think that's just it could just be them playing it safe. It could be saying week one, if it means we start on the 4-yard line, we're gonna start on the 4-yard line. But we're gonna just play basically two sides of the ball in terms of offense and defense, and special teams will literally be, us punting, us kicking, and field goals, which Jason Sanders was money.
Jason Sanders, even year. Take him. Take my dog. He's not my dog, but take him on an even year. Take him in an even year. You guys have fire extinguishers over there? I'm sure you do, but do you call them fire extinguishers?
Yeah, we do, yeah.
There's no other like English term for fire extinguishers. You're not gonna tell me the sprayer or something? You're not gonna say something crazy?
No fire extinguishers.
So when you have a fire extinguisher, what does it say on like in the casing that the fire extinguisher is on?
I've never read one extensively enough to know right now. I just know it's the red barrel with the black nozzle, and then
it's called a cone. A cone.
But yeah. That's all I know about them.
All right. So here in the States, the fire extinguishers are usually in a case, and it's like on the case it says break glass in case of emergency.
We have that on our fire alarms, but I'm 99.9% sure all fire extinguishers are just like placed on a wall, so it's easy to grab in case there's a fire. But
maybe it is just a fire alarm. Maybe it's not the fire extinguisher. I could be wrong, but anyway, that's what Tyreek Hill is going to be for the Dolphins on punt return. We're going to break glass in case of an emergency. So when we play the Bills, you might see Tyreek Hill back there returning bunts. I'm not sure. I think he's a break glass in case of emergency type thing. And then because my thought process says, well, why are you going to put Javon Holland back there for him to get hurt? If you don't want Tyreek Hill to get hurt or Water to get hurt, it's because Javon Holland's not going to return the punt. So then you would think, well, why don't you just put Tyreek Hill back there so they could kick away from him? Because what if they kick to him? He's just not going to return the punt. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's tricky. I don't know what the conversation is going to be or is, but I do know McDaniel even said it himself. He was like, I want to use our best players returning punts because that's a part of the game. Like you could have special teams yardage and they can make it a short field for us. So I thought for sure we were going to see some stuff on special teams or keep a Lynn Bowden or have Savon Ahmed back there. And speaking of Savon Ahmed, he was inactive. What did you make of Eric Ezekama being inactive?
Yeah, I didn't see it coming, but if I think logically, it's week one of the NFL season, and again, he hasn't done it consistent or hasn't done it in live rounds, and maybe New England isn't the best opportunity, isn't the best time to bring him out. Let him get more acclimatized to the system. Listen, friend of the podcast, Mars Gaskin, came on this exact show and said that him sitting in the stands for a year changed his career. It allowed him to see how things are. So if they want to have Easy inactive for the majority of the season, I have no issue with that whatsoever because it allows him to learn. It means you don't throw him at the deep end, and we have enough in Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Cedric Wilson. Yeah,
Trent Sherfield is a receiver, bro. Trent Sherfield is more than just a special teamer. You know what I'm saying? He can receive the ball too. He's not, shout out to Mac Hollins, but he's not Mac Hollins where he's a special teamer first, and then return and then does play receiver when 8 people get hurt. That's what Mac Hollins was. Trent Sherfield is a receiver, bro. And he can play special teams. So we got to see our dog Craycraft 400 make an appearance. He got the best nickname, man, on the show. Craycraft 400 made an appearance. And even McDaniel alluded to that. He was like, yo, he's young. Ezukanma's young, needs to see it more, needs to take this and use it to his advantage of seeing the game in person without having to process stuff on the field as he's going through it. But he also said he has to make himself more useful in other areas instead of one, which to me tells me he's not a special teamer either.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Which I didn't think he was. Like, it's like seeing Preston Williams go down and make tackles on punt coverage. You're not going to see Preston Williams tackle nobody. So I don't think Ezukanma is a punt cover guy. So interesting to see where we go from here. Maybe it's like a little gas, a fire lit under him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you didn't even dress this week. Like, we need you to be on the field. You feel me? So there's no telling, man. You got anything else, Kadeem?
No, I'm cool for now.
Hey, we got the W. Miami Dolphins go to 1-0, improve. We good. I like it. The victory visor made its way back onto the show. We going into bonus time. Y'all know what time it is. Stay positive. Test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. All right.
Make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time.
Me being me, I obviously forget something. So start a bonus time. We will get to the winners of the Javon Holland giveaway and the second Madden 23 giveaway. We'll do that on the next episode. So stay tuned for that. You have, so prior to the draft, you have a list that comes out. Touche's 24.
Touche's 24.
Explain what that list is, and can you quickly tell me which wide receivers were on your list this year?
Touche's 24 is a list of college prospects that are coming into the NFL draft of that year. They are underrated or under the radar college prospects. So it's not the people that always get talked about on ESPN and everyone knows this person is going to get drafted. It's usually people that you haven't really heard of that much that I think are going to be better than those guys or have a chance to be better than those guys that you hear about all the time. On my list this year was Jalen at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Jalen Tolbert, Kyle Phillips, receiver, Touche 24, David Bell. Who else? Oh, you pulling it up, Kadeem?
I'm pulling something up. It's not the list. To be fair, you've already said the guy. So there was a route, which I really want to find right now, from Carl Phillips. And I don't know if you saw it, but I saw it. And I was just like, Carl Phillips is going to be a dude. Carl Phillips is going to be a dude. Charlie Touche said it. Yeah, I saw quite a lot of people on social media were like, who is this Carl Phillips dude? And I was just, in my head, I was thinking, if you listen to Go Time Dolphins, you'll know exactly who he is. I think I found it. So as you explain to people who Carl Phillips was, and I make sure this is the clip that I want to share before we head out of here.
You say explain who Kyle Phillips is? Kyle Phillips is a 5'9", 187-pound receiver out of UCLA. Short, compact, very twitchy slot receiver. You're not going to put him on the outside. He's never going to be an X, but what he will be, despite the comparison I'm going to make in Cooper Kupp and Hunter Renfrow, just so happens that he does suffer from, what do we call it? PPD? Pigmentation perception deficits. You know what I'm saying? So because people see my dog Kyle Phillips and think, oh, he's just this small, undersized white guy. Nah, he's going to route you up really nice, get you on your P's and Q's. And if you don't cross the T's, dot the I's, and cross the J's, or dot the J's and cross the Q's, you're going to be left out of your cleats. So, yeah, I think Kyle Phillips is going to be nice for Tennessee. I think he had like 6 catches in his debut. 6 catches, 666 yards. I said 600. 66 yards receiving and 6 catches.
So I have found the route I'm talking about. And I don't know what more I can say.
You gonna give us the sauce? We get some sauce?
Dude, of course. You know it is over here.
But I remember when we were watching the film, when we did Touche 24, and we was just enjoying the Kyle Phillips film when we showed it.
So this is Kyle Phillips. It is 21-20 to the Giants, fourth quarter, 23 seconds left. Ryan Tannehill is the quarterback. I am going to mute it.
Oh, I seen this live, actually.
This was they showed it from an angle, and it was just like, this shouldn't be what a rookie receiver's doing. Like, he's gone. And be fair to Tannehill, good throw, but it's the get off from the line, like
separation.
You said, the separation from the slot. Touche 24 looks like he's found himself another gem. So
yeah, right now for everyone thinking fantasy, he might have some fantasy value later in the season. I put him on my fantasy team in one of my leagues, and then I released him. And I was trying to get him in my other league, but he's gonna be Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's another comparison. Amon-Ra St. Brown type of fantasy dude. May not happen this year, but he's gonna be a fixture in the NFL. You got something else, Kadeem?
Nope, that's it for me today.
Hey, Coach McDaniel was doing the presser, and they asked him, you got your first win as a head coach in the NFL, and it came against Belichick. You know what I'm saying? Turns out it was with a first team in over 2 decades to beat Bill Belichick 4 consecutive times in a row. But anyway, they asked him, how will you reflect on your first win and your first game as an NFL head coach? And he took a breath. He said, I wish all I had to do was just win one game. I ain't gonna lie. The day will come when Coach McDaniel only has to win one game. And we're gonna get there. Oopsie.